What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, me and Car Keys. All right, now today's video is all about light. The theme is light it up, illuminate, et facta est lux. It's Latin. Come on, y'all, it's Latin. Let there be light, and there was light. Read your Bible, come on. Anyway, big shout out to Morehouse College. So today's video is all about lighting up this garage space. Now to give a quick recap, we have been working on our dream garage. Dream budget garage. I keep forgetting to say budget. Dream budget garage. So what we've done so far is we've decluttered the room, even though it still looks kind of cluttered. We've decluttered the room a lot. We installed some installation panels here that are working exceptionally well. The room was originally builder grade beige, is what I call it. It was hideous, okay? So we went with a black and a gray, which also is the preference for today's video, because when we painted the ceiling black, it made it a lot darker in here. It was already dark because the only light that was in this garage was actually that one. And the other light that we have, that one, the garage lights, that's the only lights in this room. And when we painted the room black, it made it even darker, but it gave it a nice, comfortable feel, but now it's super dark. So the plan was always to light up the room, and that's what we're doing today. Now to do that, we are going with Barrina LED T5 integrated fixtures. I read the instructions, and they're very minimal, was because it's pretty much common sense, I guess. You have 6 lights, you have 6 of these cords, you just daisy chain to each other. So there was how you get power to each one is you run a cord to each one, and then you have one cord on the end like so that plugs into a socket, or you hardwire it with these to your existing sockets. So very straightforward. I mean, very easy. I think the hardest part of this is actually getting the pattern that you want on the ceiling and getting it straight, which is probably what we need to work on. But I want to see what one of these lights looks like plugged in first. Let's see. So you simply just plug in one side like so. And then you plug in your extension cord. Whoa. All right. Whoa. That's just one. Whoa. Whoa. Wow, that's super bright. So you have your on and off switch on your cord here. You just turn it off, turn it on. That is super bright. That's gonna be nice. Let's go. Well, if you look in the app, this was our original design. It was a rectangle, and I think that looks cool. What we had to do is, and this app is called Room Planner. If you're new here, we use that app to design our room. If you need to design a room before you actually do it, this is a good app to use. It's very easy to use. Check it out, Room Planner. Okay, the long part of the rectangle will go this way. Instead, the long part of the rectangle is gonna go this way. That probably makes no sense, I know. You'll see what I'm talking about. So the hardest part so far has been to find the center of the room. So these lights are 4 feet long each. It would be great to have a laser level so I could actually see it on the wall. That'll make life so much easier. I don't have one. I didn't want to spend the budget on that because the budget's already dwindling down. So we have this thing. This is a little bit over 4 feet, but it has levels in every direction. So we're using this, and we're using the old-fashioned way of using a tape measure. This looks so bad, I know. The tape measure is right here on the ladder, and it's going all the way across the T-bird. And I went back and forth to try to make sure that it's actually level and that it's actually straight. And I know that looks so bad, but you got to use what you got. All right. So the hardest part has been to find the center of the room so that we make sure that our shape is straight. And I thought the center of the room was right here, where this line is going up the wall. That's actually not the center of the room. If you look where this broomstick is, that's actually the center of the room. And that's what we're going off of. That looks so bad. I know this whole thing looks bad, but it's gonna work out. Trust me, you gotta use what you got. It's gonna work out. All right, now to mount these to the ceiling, it comes with some simple hardware. You have these, and you have a screw. And that's literally it. So basically the screw goes through that to the ceiling, bolts into the ceiling like that, and then you just snap your lights in like that. Oh, there you go. Snap your lights in like that, and that's what's holding it to the ceiling. They gave you 12 of these, so as you can infer, 2 per light fixture. So I broke down and got a level. The laser level is dead on. So now we can go this way. We can follow that line right there, right across. Perfect. Should have done this from the beginning. Makes life so much easier. We are 96.7% done with the light in the garage. Check this out. Whoa. Whoa, that is super, super bright. Yeah, so let's light it up. Welcome to the abyss. Sorry, I had to do that. I had to do that, all right? This is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. Whoa. Whoa. This is our new lighting setup here in the garage. I think it looks incredible. So, took us 3 weeks to do this project, and we're not, like I say, we're 96.7% done. I think that's what I said before. We're almost done, and I'll get into those details of why we're not done and why it took so long. But what do you guys think? It is super, super bright here. All right, now let's get into some details of this lighting setup, how we did it, why we did it, what's going on, why we're not done. So this is our pattern. It's probably best I stand there. Okay, that's our pattern. It's a almost perfect rectangle on the ceiling. And this is the original pattern that I came up with. It just turned in the opposite direction. It was supposed to be a vertical rectangle going this way. But all these garage fixtures here got in the way, and that's why we ended up with this plan. Now, as I was working, I actually changed patterns and changed designs twice. I changed twice during the 3 weeks that I was working on this. And I actually had, since it's a 2-car garage, I had a rectangle here and I had a rectangle on that side going that way there. And it didn't work, it didn't look good, and it didn't line up with, like I said, the fixtures here got in the way. So we went right back to this pattern, which is the original pattern, which is what I should have started with and should have stuck with from the get-go. So as I showed you before, this was our hardware. This is how we connect these light panels to the ceiling. It's just one screw and a clamp, and it goes through like so, and your light clamps right there in the middle. Now, the advice for these is to, before you actually put the lights in them, bend them in just a little bit so that they'll be more flush and there'll be a stronger connection there, and it'll hold it a lot better, because these are the only things that are holding the lights to the ceiling. Now, what I did was I used 2 of these per light so that to make sure that they wouldn't fall down and wouldn't have any issues. There's a total of 10 lights on the ceiling. They're all 4 feet long, total of 10. They come in packs of 6. So I had to order another pack, which is what delayed the project. I have 5 on this side and then 5 on the other side of the beam over here. And to connect this long row here, they included these. There's 3-prong connections there in the middle of each one. That's how you connect it. You can see there, that's where they are connected right there. Okay, cool there. So that's how you connect these long rows if you want to do a long row. To connect these corners over here, they include these guys. This is what's connected on the corner. So depending on what kind of pattern you do, it depends on what kind of hardware you're going to use. What I did with these was I cut them and shortened them. If you see there, wow, there it is. I cut it and shortened it, and I wrapped it with black electrical tape so they would kind of blend into the abyss of the ceiling, of the black ceiling. So it's not perfect, but it works very well. Like if I didn't tell you it was there, you probably would never see it. Now let's talk about how we're getting power to these lights. Now, as I said before, there's 5 on this side and 5 on the other side. They're running to 2 electrical sources. So this side's running to one source, the other 5 on the other side are running to another electrical source. And the reason I did that was because I read the instructions. Please read the instructions. No matter what goes on in life, read the instructions. I know we don't, just read the instructions, all right? Read the instructions here. That last line right there says, when connecting 4-foot, which that's what these are, when connecting 4 feet LED T5 fixture in a series, please do not connect more than 8 lights. Now, I'm happy I read that. Yeah, read the instructions. So, like I say, 5 on this side, running to one power source, Follow on the other side, run into another power source. The power source is actually right here. It's our garage door opener. So you got one running to the right side, one running to the left side. That's also why you see that wire, these wires hanging out like that, which is an eyesore for me. But that's how I wanted to do it, because I want the lights to illuminate anytime you open the garage doors, or anytime you hit the switch. They all come on, and they will all come on together. If you look here, this is our garage door opener that turns off everything and turns it back on. Perfect. Now they're running to the same power source, but two different inlets, if you will. That makes sense, right? All right. To run it into our garage door opener, this panel comes down, and I use these things. These are socket adapters or socket extensions, and it's literally just plugged right into that there. And I took the light bulbs out because we don't need them. I mean, it's bright. We don't need them. And you could leave them in there if you wanted to, but it's up to you. So that's what I did. I have one on each side, and that's how we running it. Now, of course, you have other options. I could have also run it to this light switch. This is the light switch right there that came with the house. That's the only light socket that's actually in this garage. I didn't do that because I wanted to keep that light functional. So there you go. We can use that as well, and it kind of helps add more light in here. I also have a plan of maybe possibly putting something else there in the future, and I want to keep that option open. So I could have run the wires to there, but like I said, you can't connect more than 8 in a row, so you would have had 2 different power sources. Now, I'm no electrician, I'm no carpenter, as I said before. It would have been ideal to run another outlet to the other side of the garage, and I could have hooked them all up to the same switch. That would have been ideal, and I could possibly do that in the future, but for now, this is what we have. This was the easiest, simplest way to do it. The problem, this side, as you see that wire is right there for this side, that's an eyesore. I hate looking at that wire. It's white, it just stands out. I could paint it black, but I think my option here is to run it along the corner down there, down, up, back up the other side, and plug it in that way so that it will be in the corner. You never know it's there. And then when we come back in here and do our touch-up paints, I'm gonna paint it black. So you never see it, you never know it's there. What I did try to do was go through this beam. I drilled a hole, tried to drill a hole through this beam on this side, up there in the corner, there. And that didn't work out. That didn't work out. Something's inside of this beam, which is, I mean, it's there for a reason, obviously. Something's inside of it, and I got maybe a quarter of the way through and stopped. So whatever's there, I don't know if it's a steel beam, I don't know what it is. Whatever's there needs to stay there, and I don't need to mess with it. So I stopped there, and I don't want to mess up anything. You understand what I'm saying. So stop there, and we're gonna just run it like this. Now they also have wire covers that you can buy. They're like little black plastic covers that you can buy, and that's an option as well. So what do you guys think about the new lighting in the garage? It is super, super bright. I love it. I think it looks incredible. I love the design pattern. I love the functionality of it. It lights up everything. Now, there are 2 downsides to these lights. I'll go ahead and tell you 2 downsides, depending on how you look at it. Number 1, I put up these lights and I didn't tell my wife I was done. And she came in here and she texted me and was like, it is super bright. And she put that emoji with the shades on. And I took it as if, oh yeah, it looks good in here, it's bright. And I think she meant it that way, but I think she might've also meant it's too bright in here. So that's one downside. It might be too bright. Like I said, I didn't use all the lights, but it's very bright in here, all right? It's not like bright like it hurts your eyes, but if you stare at the ceiling too long, which you shouldn't do anyway, it's too bright, all right? But like I say, it illuminates every single inch of this garage is illuminated, and I like that. Now, like I said, I used 10 of the 12 lights. I have a plan for the other 2, so I'm gonna actually add more lighting here. You'll see that in the next garage video. It's gonna be awesome, y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna like that one. You'll see, and that'll actually help. You'll see what I'm saying when you watch the video. The other downside is, as I said before, it lights up every single inch of this garage. It also lights up every single inch of dirt or dust in this garage. And this floor is filthy. I didn't even realize how dirty it was until I turned these lights on the first time, and I was like, my eyes went from there directly to the floor. And I was like, yeah, that's gotta be fixed at some point. Now, the floor is not in the budget, of course. That'll be in phase 2, which will be like next year sometime. But we are gonna clean the floors. Whenever we can get this car moved, then we're gonna come in here and do a deep wash to clean the floors, use one of those acid washers or whatever to clean the floors,
in here.
get it nice and clean. And one of the best parts about these lights is seeing the reflect off of stuff. So I'm gonna put a clip of the Mazda. When the Mazda's sitting right here and these lights are reflecting off the Mazda, it looks insane, y'all. Looks like a showroom. And the Mazda's not even clean, but look at that. You can see that pattern sitting on top of the Mazda. I love that pattern. That is incredible, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's what took me 3 weeks to do. All right, so what do you guys think about the Garage Build series so far? Y'all, it is so bright here. I can see it in the camera. It is super bright. Anyway, so what do you guys think about the Garage Build series so far? The progress we've made, the garage is finally coming together. So in the next video, we have some other stuff we're gonna do. It's gonna be really awesome. It's gonna be really awesome, okay? We're gonna do some decor. As I say on the west side, decor, some decor. Damn, I'm saying that. But we're gonna do some cool decor here, and it's gonna really tie the garage together. This whole plan that I have in my brain is finally gonna come to light. Thanks for watching another video on the Me and Karki's channel. Motivation Crew, that's me, that's you. So what we do, I'm really having fun with this series if you can't tell. Until next time, please subscribe, please hit the like button. If you have any advice, any comments, please put in the comment section below. As always, DIY it all. Till next time, I'll see you.